Completing the Pokedex in any sort of Pokemon game is not an easy thing to do, but there is a way to do it in just a few days. Here's how to complete it in Pokemon Sword and Shield and to get the shiny charm. Most of these tips could be applied to other games as well. The first thing to do is to just start from the beginning of the map game to the harder areas. This makes it easier to catch the weaker Pokemon since your Pokemon level is already high. And when you catch it, it would also make the weaker Pokemon evolve too. So let's say you use like a legendary Pokemon. I used Zacian for this example, and I made it learn False Swipe, which was very useful to making the Pokemon 1 HP and finishing it with a Pokeball. So we could use it on this Stuffle here, and as you can see, this 1 HP exactly. It definitely raises your chances of getting Pokemon more quicker. The next tip is to know which Pokemon you are going to catch. A website that was very useful is Cerebi. It's basically a website where you could see every sort of Pokemon that spawn in different areas, and the chances for every Pokemon could be different. There's also a lot of options for different places, like Dusty Bowl, let's say. And once you scroll down, there will be a lot of Pokemon that would spawn in this area, only in certain conditions, like overworld, or some that's hidden in the grass, like those exclamation mark type of things. Be sure to check out the website, it's very useful, I'll link it in the description. Try to do surprise trades or trade with friends to find any Pokemon you may be missing. PokemonswordShield Reddit and Discord can also be used for Pokemon that are hard to catch, such as the exclusives only to a particular game. Trading can also help evolve some Pokemon like Haunter. For some, you could touch trade, which is trading and then giving it back to them, which also registers in your Pokedex. Like if you don't want to give your legendary to someone but help them fill up their Pokedex entry, and try to do a trustworthy person so that they don't keep the Gengar. As I mentioned earlier, using a legendary or a strong Pokemon will make the leveling up process a lot more easier. As you can see right here, it's very fast. Another option is to catch the evolved form in another area, which again can be identified with Cerebi. Weather and time is a crucial part in seeing which Pokemon appears when. Right now the area is foggy, but if you change the weather manually, which is on the system settings in the Nintendo Switch, it will instantly change the weather. So let's say you want to set it to like May 2020. It goes from foggy to a normal sunny day. And once again, this affects the Pokemon that spawn. You can see that there's completely different ones. For some reason, Dusknoir is in the daytime. So here's what dates to change on your Nintendo Switch manually in the settings for the weather. Max raid battles help a lot even if they don't give as much stars. They will give XP candies which will level up any Pokemon, whether it's high leveled or low leveled. These raid battles could also help you find certain Pokemon that you may have been missing. If you have done all those and you still have some entries unfilled, some Pokemon may require certain evolution requirements, such as a Sunstone on a Petilil or spinning one time on Alcremie. One of the Pokemon that was hard for me to catch was Delmise, and those are usually found on Route 9. And that's it, now you've got all the steps to fill out the entire Pokedex in record time. Completing it in just a few days is a huge accomplishment, and don't forget about that shiny charm. If you enjoyed the guide or if it helped you speed up your Pokedex, drop a like and hit the subscribe button for more Pokemon videos. See you in the next one.